Oi! How are you guys tonight?
Oh, I got a last pass,
Just
boys.
fine, bro.
Let's go to the movie.
Grabbing my pencil and getting started. I'm really excited about this painting. After like a week of not feeling well. Well, ha!
Wait, do they hear me as well?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Alright, let's
Hello!
Oh my god.
What?
You're funny.
Oh, that was loud.
Comedy goes.
I should turn myself down.
Okay, so this is going to be a sea creature design, kind of like a leviathan or like a dream well. Not anything overly original, but something kind of different than what I would typically do. So basically, in order for me to be able to do this, let's see, I'm wanting like a dream well. What was I gonna
Is that
say?
your
Wow.
dream well checklist?
It's gonna be like an elder, so I'm kind of wanting like a really ethereal looking well. I don't really know exactly what I'm going for. I'm gonna try a few different things, but in order for me to be able to even start this, first I need to be looking up well references. So I have a bunch of different types of wells, ancient and modern wells.
Oh man, I have a whale reference.
I have a
Your
bunch.
mom.
That's messed up. We didn't hear that. I'm muting you now.
Aw,
Goodbye.
I can still speak in chat.
Alright, you?
Muted.
Aw.
Wait, where's my mute button? I moved him to the napping channel. That's funny.
Rude!
Okay, so I also have a size chart here. This may or may not help, I don't know, because I'm thinking of like how big I want the person to be. So this, we'll just pretend this is like a very short human. Now, depending on what kind of creature we want, there are obviously like amazing different sizes. You have like your regular blue whale, and then over here you have this giant leviathan squid in the background. Like, what the fuck? I never ever want to go swimming in the ocean.
Why not?
Ever.
What about a giant
No,
narwhal?
fuck that. Fuck that. Oh, it's a Leopleurodon! Oh, it's a magical Leopleurodon! What is this guy? He is so retardedly, he's just like, hi. He's so happy.
He's a happy dino.
Megalodon. I don't know, is that actually like current? Or is it not?
Megalodon has been dead for a while, but it's...
And Leopleurodon, right? Because we don't see these ever.
Those are dinosaurs.
Okay, cool. So these are the modern ones then.
What the fuck are they?
But yeah, so this is just kind of a size chart to show you like the differences and stuff. These are
Make me
really
nuts,
freaky.
bitch.
Makes me not want to go swimming.
Oh, behind you, behind
It's
you,
called
behind you.
thalassophobia.
There's another well reference. Sometimes like what I like to do is I'll find like a realistic reference, so I'll just find any photo of whatever creature it is that I'm looking for. So I have like a real picture of a whale right here, and then I like to find it stylized. And the reason why I like to find other like artists painting an object that I'm looking for is because usually when you're painting something, a lot of the things that are really hard for you to like see or understand, they become very simplified for a painting. So that's just something that I like to do, is I find realistic pictures, but I also find stylized. So I always find like two of each usually.
What if he's like,
If I can make it.
no, that would... I guess not.
So like for example, if you look at his eye in this like realistic picture,
that's not
it would be kind of hard to tell like exactly what that is gonna look like, right? But then when you see like someone's drawing, you can kind of guess the shape, you know, because it's like simplified with the shading and stuff. So it makes it easier to like learn things kind of sort of.
Whale dragon.
A whale dragon. We could do that. This could be a whale dragon. This is a blue sea slug, so basically another thing that I like to do, sorry for interrupting you, another thing that I like to do
This
is,
is your stream.
it's fine, I'm just trying to get this thought out before I forget. The other thing that I was going to say that I like to do is take two creatures and kind of mix them together. So I found this like awesome blue sea slug that I've loved for years, and I've never taken the chance to like actually draw something from it. But the color is really awesome on this, and the design in general is really cool. So I wanted to mix that with this whale possibly and make something interesting. Sorry for interrupting you. You can go now.
You're fine. I forgot what I was saying.
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm
You're
sorry.
fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna get started.
Fuck!
I'm super excited. I'm gonna save this before I forget. So this is
It'll be
gonna go
fun trying to
in
make
my
that
art.
silvery texture it has, the shimmery, if you wanted to try that.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to try like different colors and stuff. I think honestly this might be really easy for me to do just because whales are kind of sleek and I like floofs. So like floofy sleeves and floofy like tail ends and all that kind of stuff. So I think that'll be kind of easy to draw, and then coloring is a lot of fun. So I hope this is easy.
He has an eternally floofy tail. Instead of just a flap, it's like a long curtain-like floof.
I gotta save this first before I forget, so I'm trying to put it in my 2018 digital art folder. So I have comic. I guess I could put this under comic, or I could put it under animals. I think for now I'm gonna put it under animals and do whale study. So whale study, and make a folder, and put this in here. So we'll do whale concept art 1. See if it does the scene. Okay, now I can finally get started. Whoa, that's a cool reference. Thank you for sending that.
Oh, yeah, that was I was talking about
That's
Dragon
an
Ball.
awesome one.
Hey, you guys keep
It's
muted.
what I do. Whoa,
Keep muted.
apparently a hiccup as well.
I'm gonna mute just because.
Okay. You should do like a top-down view of it as well. Or something. I shall speak for you if you want. Wait, I can't. Yeah, you just type what you want to say. Yeah. Oh, hello. I am Ari. Hello. Somehow I'm gonna learn how to link my speech to your you talking. I see. You can also mess with different head shapes, so it's not like a basic whale. Am I auto-hosting you right now? Let me see. I am, okay.
So right now the idea is just to study whales to make sure that I understand kind of how they work, the body size, the roundness or thinness of it, whatever that may be, the way the flippers work, the face and stuff at different angles. It helps to like study before you draw something because then you have a better idea and it just comes out a lot better and more natural feeling. Are you playing that soundtrack? Oh, is that a quiet part? It sounds like whales. Does it not sound like a whale or something in the deep dark ocean? Yeah, like a whale in the deep dark ocean. Imagine you're swimming at night, right? And then something giant freaking surfaces right next to you. What do you do? Splash. I ruin it. I don't know for sure if this is the same animal. I don't think so because aside from the color, but also like if you look at the back, there's a lot of these like little, I don't know, ridges or whatever. So this whale is like different, and it's also at a different pose too, so you have to take that into consideration, how that's going to change like the face and the way that it bends and whatnot. But just from looking at this one, we can tell that its snout is a lot longer.
Yeah, the first one you drew was a blue whale. That one looks more like a humpback or something.
I thought the first one is the humpback, and the second one is like something else.
No, don't believe. Yeah, don't believe me. He says.
Because humpback is like the weird rounded face.
No, that's
and this one's more
I think
square.
You're thinking of a weird rounded face, like a sperm one.
Fucking Dr. Phil, this motherfucker. What the fuck? I don't know. Hey.
I have no idea.
My son's
I don't know anything about sea anatomy, and this is why we're studying. I have to sneeze.
I like it.
No.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I like the road off. Where? Oh, way over there. Fuck.
And you can notice already that the fins are longer, but it is also at a more downward stroke instead of a, or is that the
You wanna
opposite? Upward
see
stroke.
Multiple different whale head shapes.
Sure.
Okay. There's a reference for everything.
Basically.
Here.
And this is how you learn.
Here you go.
Awesome thing about this is it's literally not rocket science. Like, you just look at shit. That's all you do. That's literally all you do. You just pay attention to differences in creatures.
I shall also teach people how to speak whale.
That's rocket science.
No, it isn't.
Don't even.
I'm just gonna be quiet. How to draw a whale.
Just be like Tifu.
God, I love this soundtrack. I love it so much. I love it so much. I can tell that the fin is too close to the front part of the body, and the reason I can tell is because this mouthpiece right here goes roughly about this length, and then it goes behind the fin, and mine isn't nearly long enough to go behind the fin, so in my picture, I have to lengthen this and throw it behind the fin, and then take the fin and kind of bend it back. So that's actually correct. If that makes sense.
I got that mangina.
It's literally just paying attention to detail and trying to mimic it. That's it. That's all concept art is studying and trying to get the general form. And it's not about making it perfect.
There's another one with their anatomy. Well, basic anatomy.
And then this whale has a much, much fatter tail. And what I mean by that is it's not like long and pretty, it's more short and fat.
Muscular, actually.
Yeah, I would just say muscular. That's a good one. There's not really even like a, what do you call it? Like it's kind of the same with hair. So usually with hair, there's always like a bend to the end of hair, usually, for the most part. So no matter where hair is going, there's always some kind of whip and curve. But this tail wheel isn't like that. It doesn't even have a chance really to like get into another whip. It just goes straight into the tail. Whereas this one's kind of whipping a little bit more. I don't really know a better way to describe that. So I'm just gonna copy that.
It has a more broad tail than the other one.
So it's kind of something like this. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just so you get the general idea. That's it. That's all it is. And then there's like that little fin back there. It's roughly like right here. And the jacket edges on the top.
Let's leave.
And its fins are not smooth, they're like kind of jagged as well. It's kind of hard to do that with pen, but you get the idea.
No, hey, we're gonna do a film and we're
This
following.
piece is like jagged, right about here, but the rest of it's like that weird saggy blubber.
Whenever we get some guy, we'll follow them all around.
Kind of the same thing that I did with that other creature where it has those like lines under it. This also is reminiscent of that chameleon painting I did. Underneath the chameleon's face it has these little curves and stuff.
Oh shit. This one, we only friend.
This is just kind of face shapes and stuff. It's not rocket science, like I said.
Don't fun with the
We're just trying different stuff. I think I already know what I want, but it's kind of important to make sure that you understand what it is that you're trying to draw. At least somewhat.
Yes, whale anatomy.
Yes.
Oh god, the voice, no, we can't do it. It's not going away.
Alright. Whoa, shit!
I'm gonna mute for a bit.
That's fine. And now, a relaxing theme. From moi, I am taking over the stream now.
And you can see like all the different face shapes. So we have this like grandpa face shape with like, with like overgrown stuff all over its face.
And stuff.
And then we have like the forever alone face shape.
Oh my goodness.
And then we have the ... face shape.
Nani.
Alright, Trump Tower for America.
That's the dolphin family.
And then we have like the bottlenose face shape, and then we have this one who like looks like his mother like hit his face on the floor, and his snout got like shoved into his skull. Oh my god.
Why are you so mean to them?
Oh my god. Yes, Wells. Okay, anyways,
Excellent.
you get the point. Oh, and then we have the unicorn up here. Like, what the fuck? He's like,
special
I'm
snowflake."
different.
There he is. Now we have to play the Narwhal song.
I think my favorite thing about this is like he just looks like a sweet little guy that's like different from everybody else, and they all hate on him and think he's like an idiot. But he's just nice and different.
You're the only one who thinks that. Okay?
I don't think he's retarded. I just think it's funny. The face on the picture is funny.
Derp.
Yeah, it's kind of nerve. Okay, let's see what else we have here. So I kind of think I already know what I want, but I'm gonna keep playing around with a few different things before I continue. And the other part about concept art is you're just literally creating a new layer of the same thing and doing little changes over it to kind of change it, like subtly change it. That way you can compare before and afters. So I'm gonna try to give him a more like monster type face. I wouldn't say monster, but like something a little bit different than the other ones. I don't think I'm gonna do this one, but not gonna hurt to try it out. So this one has more of a whip at the end of its tail, as you can see. We're just gonna kind of add a whip. Doesn't have to be the same thing as the picture, it just needs to be kind of right, I guess. And and then honestly, it's like a slug or never mind.
You having fun?
Yes. I feel really relaxed right now because this is something that I like drawing. I don't know. It's like a more organic creature than it is like a...
Coming up with something different.
Yeah, well, no, it's not really about like coming up with something different. It's more like the lines in the body are like organic and curvy as opposed to like perspective pictures, which are like harsh lines and stuff. I don't like harsh lines and I don't like perspectives. Like, it's hard. Perspective is hard. It should be easy because you should be able to make guidelines, but like, if you do it wrong, it's a lot of fixing everything because you have to get all the lines lined up, and that's just AIDS. The whole process of perspective is AIDS to me. And it's really hard to stream perspective too because it's just lines, like it's just a bunch of lines.
So this line goes here.
Yeah, this line is going
yeah,
here.
when I was doing that perspective thing, I never even really touched my pen. It was just straight up mouse click.
That's exactly what it was like when I did the temple for the first time. It's a really long drawn out process, and it sucks if you do it all wrong because then you have to redo all those lines and it's just a bunch of tedious like going back and forth. And I think part of the reason also that makes it like, I mean, it kind of is the same thing with art, like you have to go back and forth till you get it right, but like the funny part about it is like if I screw up on a face, it just looks funny, like you have fun with it, but like if you screw up on perspective, it just looks off. There's not really anything funny about it or like amusing. There's no like
it just looks
story.
Wrong.
Yeah.
There's a guy in my house.
So this guy's eyes are right next to its mouth. So you have to pay attention to little details. Looks like it has like a hole on its face. Or like a weird bump thingy or snout. I don't really want to say a snout because it's a sea creature, but you get the point. And then it has these short little floppy fins. They're so tiny. I would hug you if my arms weren't so nibbly.
I am looking references.
And his tail does the whip. So this is a really long, thin tail. It gets all the way out there. I can't see the end of it, but that's okay because I wasn't really trying to do the end. I wanted to do more of like the face area.
Hey, what's up,
Hey, Valka. Let's party.
Let's get some shoes.
Oh my god, shoes.
Let's party.
I want to get shoes. I need a new pair. I'm gonna go shopping. BRB.
Alright, I'm taking over the stream.
I'll take over you.
Oh my god,
Oh
what's
god.
going on here?
Scared off. Hey man.
What have you been up to?
No, I don't know either. I just had a word.
You've been very...
What?
You, Valkyrie, what you been up to?
I can't hear it, Dan. What the?
What's going on?
I don't know what he says, he can't...
No, hold on, maybe. I've learned it helps turn your music down to listen to people.
Yeah.
Yee. So we're drawing a picture of your mom.
Oh. Hey.
Long, you wanna re-say that so I can send that to her?
Second mom joke for tonight. So we just looking for more references.
Shit. You got me. He's up top. He's up top. All the way down. We're done.
dance party.
Don't worry about it.
See you with them? Or Bobby too?
I'm gonna try this more creepy face. I think I'm gonna keep the whale face, but I want it to be more creepy and open like a dinosaur. So we're just
Do you
gonna
know
try
what
this
a
out.
baleen whale eats?
What
You know
was
what a
that?
baleen whale is? You know the difference between a baleen whale and a toothed whale?
Excited?
No.
It's basically their teeth.
Yeah.
Like, you know a toothed whale, like a sperm whale or a
Yeah,
killer
they're
whale?
all around.
They basically, you know, have normal teeth. They're predatory and
Right.
like, they go and bite stuff. But these whales that you're drawing right now, their teeth
Shut up.
are like long hair-like things that they use to capture tiny sea creatures, basically. And it's basically a long wall of hair, is what it looks like. So you can make it so it's like coming out of its mouth like a beard or something.
That would be really interesting.
Or like a giant long floof that it's like floating out of its mouth.
I could do that.
Ideas. And that's how he eats. He doesn't even open his mouth. He just like
nice try.
floats in the
Nice try,
sky,
nice try.
absorbs people's dreams or something. All my hopes and dreams.
I thought you were to say he eats his beard. I was like, what?
Yes, spaghetti.
Honestly, I don't think I like this one as much, but okay, so you get the idea. We just try different forms. Now I'm gonna actually try to do just a dream whale, kind of. It's not really gonna be anything totally original because this has been done before, but I'm gonna do my spin on it, and this will also be kind of relaxing for me.
So close to 99.
So I'm
This
gonna
is how
save
they
this.
eat.
Level 90, 91 though.
I'm just gonna put this together. Ah! Cancel. Okay, and then I'm gonna close out of this, and I'm gonna open a new file. We're gonna take what we did like, which was a few of these. I'm gonna save it as, and this is going to be the official creature concept.
How come we do so good some rounds and like some rounds are shitty as shit?
Why you hating?
Like that one time we had 9
Why you
kills,
hating, bro?
right?
Dog?
At 4, somebody had
Ever.
6.
It's a pants party and you're not invited anymore.
Really funny. Okay, let's see. So we're gonna try to mix a few things together. I'm not gonna worry about color right now. I'm only gonna worry about the form. It's like the first step of concept art is form and lighting, and then color.
Yes.
Yes.
This
See.
is educational stream. Okay. So what do you have to teach us about the show? Go on, senpai.
Teach us to play.
Teach us how to rave, you know?
Oh,
no,
no,
no.
no.
Are you talking to me?
Wait, what?
Teaching you to rave?
Yeah.
man. Give us some glow stick tips.
That's simple, dude. You show up, you get undressed, you do a lot of drugs, and you dance. There you go.
That sounds like my mom's basement. I'm just kidding.
Yes, alright.
I should have said your mom's, but damn it.
Oh, damn.
My mom wishes she could see me on Molly. She even said it.
What? Oh my god.
I told her, I was like, she's gonna move to Seattle. And I was like, oh, cool. The next rave I'm going to is in Seattle. She's like, oh, fucking right on. You can come stop by and see me. I was like, yeah, Mom, you really probably don't want to see me on Molly.
That's so
She goes to the rave like, hey!
I found you, son. Where's my wallet?
She's like rolling hella
I
hard.
think it's more. I think it's more.
And like somehow she develops a love for EDM.
And I'd never be able to go to a rave alone again.
Now speak it up.
She'd be like, "Did you buy my ticket?"
Nothing like a rave with your mom.
All the way down
man.
there?
I'd rather not find out.
Hey, I've seen that before. I went to a music festival in Arkansas called Wakarusa, and while we were there, there was this guy that was, I don't know exactly what his condition is, but he was in a wheelchair. He was like a kid, and his family took him to Wakarusa, which is like mostly music festival, but like also people just walk around like handing out drugs and shit. It's pretty crazy, like it's messed up. And they just like took their whole family.
If I ever get put into a wheelchair,
Yeah, go ahead.
I was saying, if I ever get put in a wheelchair, I hope my family does that for me too.
We'll take you to Disneyland.
Oh, on drugs?
Yeah.
All right.
Why would you not be on drugs there?
Oh my god.
Definitely not a
Disney
family
characters
part.
come at you like hella hard, like, whoa, it's real. Then you go up to like the Little Mermaid girl, Ariel. He's like, "Where's your fins?"
For real. You're supposed to be in the water, you silly goose.
You pick her up and throw her in the ocean. That's where you belong. Stay there, silly mermaid. Nothing like a good old rave to make some family ties stronger, you know?
Yeah.
Just take a hit. Do drugs, man. Pass it around. Okay. I got medium shit over here. Medium shit.
That scared me. Beep.
That also scared me.
Okay, so I have the design kind of for the whale, just nice and neatly fleshed out. Now I'm gonna actually try to start making changes and add little things to it, nuances and stuff to make it more kind of fantasy. Using the sea slug down at the bottom left corner. The first thing that I'm going to try to do is keep the short tail but lengthen the upper ones or add fins. I said they were tails, they're fins, but yeah, words. Okay, here we go. So we're just going to make this really long and floofy. And you'll notice with this sea slug that the floofs kind of, how do I describe this? So they kind of mirror each other, so we have like this like teardrop shape coming in this way, and then on the same fin but opposite side they do the same thing but going in obviously the opposite direction. So when we get to this part right here, they kind of like create like an eye shape, I guess. I don't know really how to say that better, but anyways, they kind of mirror each other. I'm gonna kind of do that but have it more flowing since it's gonna be a lot longer. I have a hair on my face and it's like really bothering me.
That's too grimy, man. Equal high's too grimy.
So we're gonna have this
Like it's, you got a farm.
left part of the fin kind of shortest.
Yeah, No, different. We're perfectly great.
And then the shortest one faces out, just like this one. It goes out, and then this one comes in all the way at the end. So we're just going to kind of copy that. The shortest one is out, and then as we get further away, it becomes more flowy and faces in. And then these ones are going to be pushed back because he's moving forward, right? So there's going to be this pull. So this one, even though it's going to be like opposite, it's also going to be flowing this way. And we're just going to do that with all of them. So we're going to kind of overlap them because it's never perfect. They're going to kind of make a mess and flow over each other. So we have this really interesting... Actually, I don't want that to go up. I kind of want it to pull down this way because it's all getting pulled. Really interesting design. And it probably looks weird for now. That's fine. We're going to try a bunch of different stuff. Personally, I don't think that I like having feathers on all the way up in the front part of the fin, but I'm going to just keep trying different things.
Your camera is partially covering what you're drawing.
You want a blue pump?
Is that better?
Let me wait a second. Yeah, should be better now. There you go.
Another thing that I want to change is I want to give it a more rounded snout like the sperm whale. So we're going to only round out the top, not the bottom. Oops. Push that down. We're not going to round it out a whole bunch, but we're just going to kind of add a little bit. The next thing that I want to do is probably add small little, kind of like what we did with, well, you see it a lot with like dragons, even sometimes like raptors and stuff. They have like those like feathery hairs on the back going down the spine. So I'm going to do something kind of like that. This whale was raised by punk rock parents, so he has a mohawk.
Yes, and leather jacket. This says punk on it. I need to lose that stupid accent.
So I'm gonna keep trying different things. I'm gonna keep what I have so far, but now I'm gonna lengthen his tail because I don't really like how short it is with these like floofs up at the front. I kind of want it. There's always a flow to things and a balance, and this doesn't really feel like it has a balance. So I'm just gonna lengthen his tail. We're gonna pull it all the way out. And remember, like I said, with hair or like any kind of like curved object, usually there's like a whip at the end of the tail. It just depends on the like which way they're going and the flow of like wind and whatnot. So I'm gonna add kind of a little bit of a whip. Since we're having trouble seeing him, I'm gonna bring him over and probably size him down a little bit. That way we can actually see him. And I'm just gonna make his tail like really long. I don't even know if it's a fin shape anymore at the end. It's probably gonna be some weird like
what if it trails clouds?
We could try that.
Hey, Kane.
Kane! Yes, I'm drawing whales. So we could do like some kind of like dreamy thing that like turns into like different shapes and stuff, you know, something really interesting because we want this to be really fantasy and like kind of like what you would see in a dream. That's the whole purpose of what we're drawing. Something that's making this look really nice is adding extra little flares and fins along the body.
Oh, what if like you know how people go cloud watching and see shapes in clouds? What if the clouds that come from him are like the shapes that they see?
That could be kind of interesting. There's also different types of fins. So right now I have like this like curved one, but then we can add like these more spiked ones. Something, anything to kind of give this guy some flair. I'm gonna add probably one more fin up at the front. Maybe instead of it going down, I'm gonna add it going kind of up, I guess.
What if there's two sets of those front fins, so they look like two sets of wings, kind of?
Did you say fun things?
Hey!
Yes.
What kind of fun things are we talking about?
Yes, fun things.
Fun things, yes, quite.
Indeed. Oh yeah, she's... Yeah, he knows about the voice as well.
You told him about it?
No, I mean like, cause we played Fortnite and then,
Oh,
every time we
okay.
would go to my mom's house, I would tell him that my mama owns this lake, and you're only squatting.
We don't tell people that I couldn't use the voice. They wouldn't believe it.
Ah, yes.
I'm perfect, I don't get weird.
Island. Oh.
Be right back. I have to go call that whale of a mom.
Oof.
That's so messed up.
I'm changing the title of the stream to Valka Show's Mom Concept Art.
Please do. Please do.
Okay, so now that I kind of have different designs, I'm actually gonna copy and paste this and pick one that I like the most and keep working on that one. So I don't really care for these at all right now. I'm gonna get rid of them. And I'm gonna pull this guy up and we're just gonna try a bunch of really interesting designs to kind of see what we like most for the comic. He's supposed to be of whales' dreams.
How are you doing, man?
Whale dreams? What do whales dream about?
What?
They dream about eating squid.
Yes, and krill and tiny shrimp. And anchovies. They like anchovies on their pizza. They're freaking weird.
You're freaking weird.
Look, you made Valka Show's heart hurt. What have you done?
I'm sorry. What did I do? So I'm gonna shorten up its tail. I kind of like it, I just don't want it to be this long. I think it's a little bit oversized compared to the rest of its body. I'm just gonna select around it and size it down a tiny bit. Probably right about here.
Be right back.
I don't see anyone.
There, that's a little bit more to scale with the rest of his body. I'm also gonna work on the rest of his body so that it's like not so weird looking. So I don't really like the hairs on the back. I think I want it to be more I'm not really sure. We'll just try a few different things since this isn't totally planned. One of the things that I thought about doing was possibly giving him betta fish fins. So if you know anything about betta fish, they're the fighting fish that you can buy like at the store. And they have those really crazy like long fins. I don't know if I really want something like this, but it was worth a try to kind of see what I could do with it, you know? Another thing that we can try. There, copy. I'm actually gonna size these down because they're pretty big. Bring that one all the way. Oops, not that one. We'll bring him. We'll copy that one. There. Okay. Anyways, so we'll put these in layer on its own. And we're gonna size them down even more because it's just freaking giant. Part of the thing that I forget to do is like when you're doing concept art, it's better to start off smaller and then after you get the general form of what you want, then you can size it up and start working on details. So that's what I'm doing right now. I just sized everything down so that I could actually like copy and paste it over and over and over and keep working on the form of it. And then after I finish the form, I can
regular AR.
finally upsize it and start working on colors and things.
No, yeah, I don't.
I don't know that I like this, so I'm just gonna try to switch it up a little bit. So instead of giving it feathers going in the front, I'm going to kind of give him a really interesting fin. So this is like the actual part of the thick part of the fin, but then we have like this feathered part that's coming off. It's more like a ribbon than it is feathers, but we're gonna make these feather things.
Yeah, you're good. Purple MG this round.
And then since I'm doing these ribbon things, I want to kind of put something on its head.
Oh, whale tail.
Oh my god, Dave.
Hey, what's it?
Draw a whale tail.
Oh my goodness. Thanks for your input, man.
Tatty Napples added Dante.
Yeah, Tatty Apples.
Oh, it's a Dante apples.
Oh, you done made Falca Show mad, because you remember you did the Chewbacca noise for Chewie 06 or whatever his name
Oh
was.
my god.
And you did it for free. After we spent a month donating like $100 just for you to make it. And you did it for free to some random.
His name was Chewy. I had to do it.
Draw a whale tail.
It's already
Yeah, I
done.
had my shit turned up all the way. Cause I like to turn up my shit, dude. Yo, let's play some Realm Royale. I saw you fucking playing that game the other day.
I tried it out.
You tried it out? Disappointed. Disappointed. I'm almost master, right?
Oh, okay.
I'm playing the test server right now though. It's kind of cancer because you have to be on teams and everyone in this game has crippling depression, Tourette's, retardation, and AIDS. So it's just, yeah.
We're taking a commercial break. I'm kidding.
Alright, you're streaming, aren't you? I should watch myself. Oh, yay! Yo, where did Falca Show go? As I was watching on YouTube, by the way, YouTube streaming, that's new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh crap. I have to go check.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got focused on wrong. I'm sorry. Like.
You called, Dave?
Oh, you
Oh,
rang.
thanks.
Well, hello.
Well, oh, yeah. Oh,
Yo,
Indeed. Oh my goodness. We're all retarded. Yes.
yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
yeah. I'll see you later.
No, don't.
Moister than an oyster.
Oh, yes. The Moisty Meyer.
Moisty Meyer, what? Is that
What?
some Christian name? Named Meyer? They fucking moist? I don't know. I'm honestly just speaking of my ass at this point. Stop. Oh, you weren't. Oh, you were typing and it sounded like you were shaking one out. I was really.
Yep. That is exactly what I was doing.
No. Hey, each his own.
BRB, real quick, I'm gonna grab a soda.
Alright.
You haven't disowned me until I get really unruly in the stream. And
I
that's
should
not gonna
have
happen.
subscriptions on. It says it's enabled. I'm gonna test out the alerts real quick and see why it's not working. So give me 1 second.
Ah, there's people here. I thought I fucking heard them too. Holy shit.
Oh, that was okay, sir.
It's enabled.
Hey, don't marry me.
What about raids? Is there a setting for that?
Raids, test raids.
Fighters when they're fighters when
Let me do this first and then remind me. Give me 1 second.
All right.
Sound volume. Maybe the sound is just really down. Oh yeah, we created GIFs. Oh, but they're not like this yet. Not yet.
It's not
Not done.
yet.
Yeah, it's not
Oh
done.
yeah, we should do that on stream. And
Make a
everybody's
GIF?
gonna watch you suffer.
Oh, that would take forever. I don't know if that's something. I mean, I'm curious. Is that something people would want to see? Let's see. Change media. Stock files.
I'll have time for man.
Images.
You don't need a sniper rifle, just build yourself a little cottage on the hills.
Yeah.
Yeah, he agrees with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, they're at retail. Come with me.
They're at retail, come on. Yo, they're at retail, let's go.
Retail is like the retail store where all the hip kids buy their brand name clothes.
It's like
I don't
an
shop
area.
there.
Yeah, it's
I wear
Walmart,
potato
basically.
sacks.
Oh, let's try
Nice.
it. Nope, that's them. They're trying to gas
Okay, I'm
me.
gonna test it to see if it works.
What's Picardo?
It's like another streaming site, it's mainly for artists.
There we
So
go.
no
Oh,
games or
interesting.
anything.
I feel like people will still go on creative though for Twitch.
Yeah, but it's
So
I
overall.
agree. But you'd be surprised I've gotten a few. Hey Akami! How are you today?
What's up, Akame? Can you test that the subscription thing again? I had it muted.
Oh,
'cause I
it
was hearing
worked
two
for
people
me,
twice.
but I can test it one more time.
Okay.
Just to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now what the
Safety
heck is
first,
a
kids.
raid? Yeah!
Oh, they
What's
died.
a raid again?
Sleep
Over
first.
to the left,
That's when
bro.
people when they're done streaming or something, they
Got
send
this.
all your viewers in.
Yeah.
So hosting?
No, that's different. I didn't hear a sound for this
See,
style
there's two
thing.
places. One of them sounds like
It's pretty low. Let me try to put it up. Okay. So, save settings. It's kind of quiet, but
Winnie on the rock. These guys fucking marked this place and then didn't even land here. Holy sh! Oh, I don't have a jump button.
As long
That's
as
cool.
you hear it, I guess. when
Oh,
it
I just see
happens.
it. Okay. I love playing with randoms, dude. I think they're all like 12 years old and failing middle school.
Oh, me, down here.
Probably.
And they're good. Careful, man.
As long as you actually hear the
Oh,
donation
that's right.
or subscription
Be
noise.
very, very careful.
Whap it, Neil.
There might be traps in that little cottage on the hills. I'm going to New Jersey from fucking Elmer Fudd.
Oh no.
Okay.
I'm Elmer Fudd, and welcome to Jersey Shore.
They're like, please let me play. I don't have any friends. Alright, hey, man, let's get sleep. Nappy.
This is a test donation for $1.
You just day off or something?
I heard a little beep. Wait,
it's a test.
that was it. I was like, who the hell is John? Welcome, sir. How are you doing?
So proud to make your acquaintance.
Would you like some potpourri? What?
Huh? Huh?
What?
I thought you were deleting Savage.
I am. I forgot to delete it, honestly. I was giving people time to
Just
like
do it
move
now.
over. Just
do it.
do
I
it.
don't want to.
Oh, but there's
I don't
also
want
an
to.
album that I want to re-download.
Album? What album?
We have an album with like all of our arcade and like video screenshots, so I want to go back and re-download those.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. So I don't want to delete it just yet. God, we have a
You
lot.
can just load that shit up on LimeWire, right? Yeah.
LimeWire?
I'm just. Never mind.
I'm confused.
It's a really
I'm
stupid
sorry.
joke. It's okay. It
I
was like
wasn't
an
there
old
for
like,
LimeWire.
media streaming software thing from like when I was in the middle school.
LimeWire, isn't that like the
I thought that was
a long
like
time ago.
I
Yeah,
thought
it
that
was a
was
long
like
ass
getting
time ago.
viruses and stuff. Like that was the
Oh,
joke
yeah.
about it. That's
That
all
was
I
the
know.
price you paid. Hey, you may have gotten like 10 minutes of ads for like pornographic websites, but at least you got your 3-minute
This is true.
show you wanted. Your clip or whatever it was you're after.
Okay, let me get
Just
the
gonna choose these.
donation up a little bit because it's pretty down. Okay, let's test that. There, that should have been loud.
This is a test donation for $1.
Leave me alone.
Yay. Okay, so was that the only thing that we wanted to do, or did we also want to? Oh yeah, donation ticker.
Yo. You keep playing that and you start singing the melody, dude, and I'll screech like a retard in harmony, okay?
You're gonna win my way, win my way, win my way.
I can't screech right now. It's too late in the night.
I can't.
Oh.
That's actually a couple octaves too high.
What is the spin wheel?
Spin wheel?
Yeah, on Streamlabs.
I don't know. I never messed with it.
Here, can I link it?
Yes.
Okay. Why are there water bottles? What is
Why
this?
not?
What the heck is this? I want to see it. How do I see it?
Log in with Twitch.
There it is. Yeah, you're behind the house.
Oh, you can type in like prizes and stuff.
Spin the wheel. Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Category. So you can have rewards.
Careful, man.
Like,
Too far away.
follow, subscribe. Follow on Twitter. That can be rewards.
Turtle, if you see anything.
So, wait, what? How would that
We
work?
can mess with that some other time. I
Yeah,
believe.
okay. Donation goal, here we go. Oh yeah, it took us a month and it didn't make it.
No one cares about limp syncing. That's why you should have put that you were gonna rap the Eminem part of that one
No,
song.
I'm not
Yes.
rapping!
Just gonna stand there, and then you have to rap it.
That's alright because I love the way it.
And
I
then
should put-
just to sing
Oh, it was
that
here though, right?
Eminem part.
That was
I
you?
can't tell you what it really is. I can only tell you how it feels. So then you have to
Oh my God.
go ham on it. You know what I'm saying?
What is this fucking monkey firing at? What are you firing at, monkey? Oh.
I think it. See, who killed that right there? Where your first house is?
Oh my god.
What's going on?
Nothing.
What's happening, fam?
There's clickety clacky going on. Are you actually setting it up right now with silly rewards?
Where did they go?
Yeah, where the fuck did they go?
Retail,
What?
maybe?
I don't trust that laugh.
Yep.
I don't trust that
It's
laugh.
updated.
Foods? Yes.
Like rushing up there. Shit.
You're just gonna sit there and like, yes, I will be eating a Whataburger, menu number 1. Yes.
Oh my god, what's the rules to it though? Like, largest donation, they get to pick what I eat.
Yes, why not? I don't know. It's just free food. You donate for the meal that I'm gonna stream.
Because
Yes.
everybody's always like weirdos, and they're always asking me to like stream me
I don't-
eating.
I don't even ask that, and I'm the weirdest one.
Sure.
I mean,
Stream you eating? Wait, you do that?
See? I'm just kidding. Well, it's already a thing.
Hey, I'm
so-
weird enough for that. Let's go. Alright.
yeah.
Okay, we have to get
I'll
to
order something
$100
to
this
eat.
month.
I'm gonna find the most disgusting shit
Follow
in the region
and
send it
subscribe.
to you.
For some food action, if you would say food.
Oh, wait. No, yeah, you're really stumbling upon something here. Get some ASMR in there.
Yes.
Just like-
Get your mic really close to your mouth so they hear.
Nah,
the
dude, just turn up
crunching.
that sensitivity. Just be like,
Alright.
wait.
So you mean like...
Okay, my bad.
I mean,
So much that they can hear you swallow every single bite.
We're gonna do it. But we have to get to $100 this month.
Oh, you're gonna pull in such creepers. It's gonna be amazing.
It'll be funny.
Dried grapes are so good.
Oh my god. Can you eat that one chip again?
Weirdos.
that wasn't a chip.
Oh my.
It's like a weird kind of animal call.
A Chewbacca noise even?
Oh my god, no.
I can't do a Chewbacca noise.
She
I can't
did it
gargle
for
my
free.
phlegm enough.
Was there... But it was for Chewie! His name was Chewie. I had to do it. Like,
Yeah, and he
Hey,
came
wait,
back
is
for
that
second.
bad?
it would have
Chewie?
been a shame if I didn't do it. I'm just saying.
Is that
See, you
Chewie
and Kane,
that time?
Yeah, the Chewie. Yeah, didn't I tell you the story, Dave? Like, okay, so we did the Chewie noise to him and we were like making fun of his name, and the next day he wanted to play games with me.
Yeah, he's like, he came back for
Wow, so
seconds.
awkward. And you bullied him.
No, I think he finally realized how bad I sucked and then he like dropped the party.
Alright.
Then he tried to come back again though, didn't he?
No, he didn't.
Your cat came back, he wouldn't stay away.
See, even
He
Kane
was
agrees
sitting on the
with
porch
ASMR.
on the very next
Except with
day.
food.
The
We're
cat
doing it with
came
food,
back,
Kane.
he wouldn't
We're
stay
doing it
away.
with food. We're gonna have a food stream. This is
Welcome
so
to
awkward.
ASMR stream. Tonight, cornflakes.
Yes, today we know I'm on some cereal, partially burnt from the microwave because I enjoy microwaving dry cereal.
You guys know me so well. Is there anything else I need to update before I close out of Streamlabs?
I think as long as you hear the subscription noise, you'd be fine. You're fine, honestly,
Okay.
because you missed a bunch of subscribers last time.
No, sad
Like
face.
people were renewing their subscriptions and stuff. Like you didn't hear it.
Okay,
It's okay.
I suck.
Wait,
No,
you have
can blame
subscribers?
Streamlabs.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your subscribers.
Oh, thank you.
Subscribers.
Are they by Hilroy?
Bahara.
By who?
What
Heard
the
her.
fuck? Why did that guy die instantly? What the hell?
I feel like there was one other thing that I wanted to do. Oh, the jar?
The what?
The jar.
What?
The donation jar?
Yeah? Is that weird? Is that
No.
unnecessary?
Are you gonna change that bar into a donation jar?
Mm. Will it have words on it?
I don't know.
I don't think it will. Okay, I'm not gonna mess with it then.
Play some whale songs in the background.
You guys, we have one.
I'm a whale!
That does it. So relaxing. God, that's like a spa day. I should be meditating to this. Okay, I'm gonna
Oh,
set up my
man.
music again and get started back on the drawing.
Okay, we'll be quiet.
That wasn't what I was saying. But okay.
Wait, no, we won't, dude. It's unlikely.
Kame is like, what the hell's going on?
Hiya, Kame. I speak well.
Oh my god, Dave.
Why did these guys leave without using Forge? What is wrong with these apes, dude? Fucking apes.
So I'm just copying
there's a
this
squad
on the
here.
same side, or the other
Oh
side.
my gosh.
Risky.
Why is
Hey,
Dave
why
trying
did you
to talk
apes
to my
leave
mom?
Forge? What's wrong with you apes, okay? You left Forge without even crafting, you stupid monkeys.
Oh my god.
I think I'm gonna add a fin at the end.
Wait, we can't use free luck?
Like
No,
a
they
back
removed
fin?
free luck.
Like a bottom back fin? Like
Oh,
a
shit.
fish? Like what do you call that? The slugs? How we had a second set of fins?
I just meant like a
Yes.
tail fin
Oh.
thing at the back. So it'll be like, it'll have this interesting design to it, but it's still gonna have the tail underneath.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna give it a thicker body right here. Okay, so I'm pretty happy kind of with this general design. I'm gonna copy it and keep working with it though.
Okay. I can't go rush it. Go ahead.
Man,
So you
I
want it
freaking love the
partially a
soundtrack.
failure?
Extra AR.
Yeah, partially. I love the soundtrack so much. I love the soundtrack so much. I love the violin. I love it all.
Tonight on Sincerely Love Elle, music that she likes.
I'm gonna turn it up because I love it so much.
Tune in next time for more music that she likes.
And I'm gonna define all of the features, so I'm just gonna go in and really like make it look nice and neat.
I got medium shield for you.
Alright, I'm going now, bye.
Bye!
Alright, okay. Oh, he didn't even. Bye.
Bye.
What, are you leaving now as well?
No, I missed it.
You were like 5 minutes late, man. He was already gone by the time.
Yeah, you know, I figured he was still here in spirit.
You need to just give us a chance, you know.
What's above us?
Even a comment said bye to him. You know how whales have spouts on the tops of the head? You can have another concept where it breathes out clouds or something.
That's a really great idea.
Yeah. It's just like a sky train. So it has like poofs coming out of his nose.
What kind of drugs do you do?
I have to imagine these things, man. Wait, I'm not saying I am doing.
Yeah.
Awkward.
I gotta go talk to some other friends.
I'm just gonna drink, okay? So I have an excuse for my stupidity.
Oh.
I'm not natural this, dude. It's just that my mama owns this lake, you see.
You sure?
Yes, it's called Loot Lake because there's all the loot and treasure.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be quiet now.
Mom! Mom! I'm scared. Oh, fucking.
Hey, remember how you bought me PUBG and we never played it again?
Yeah. I sure do.
I said we just wanted to try it. You didn't have to buy me the game.
I don't care.
Well, she did stream it for a little bit.
Money is just a material, my dude.
You do make it rain anyway because you're so opulent. You know, you probably have a miniature giraffe because you can, not because you should. It's just because you can.
Because my papa owns Microsoft.
Yes. God damn it. You should have.
Quite.
Yes, indubitably.
Indeed.
She's like, why? No, she's actually quite focused. So.
I know, but she hasn't really been giving me any tips on what she's doing here, so I'm lost.
Okay, so I don't know if you noticed, but I added a humpback on the back, and then I also added. I got bit. I also added like a more, what do you call it? Like bigger head, I guess. I don't know, like taller. It was like flat, but now it's like lumpier. Because I don't want it to be totally perfect. I want this to be like a really kind of a mix between like ethereal, but also kind of creepy. So it's gonna have some weird nuances to it.
Okay, okay. Why doesn't the whale have tattoos?
Maybe it does have a glowing pattern on its skin. Or
Maybe.
I'm just saying, my mom has tattoos, so...
That's so messed up. I love it.
I mean, you guys brought it up, so I gotta keep it going. Even though she'd probably be... She scares me.
I could probably add tattoos. I think it's gonna be like...
It wouldn't
I don't
be
know.
tattoos, it'd be like lines of energy or
You're a
Yeah.
line of energy. I think people nowadays call that cocaine.
Yeah, I was about to make a joke about that. Damn it! Damn it, Buck. You can't be quicker than me.
I mean, I can, though.
I
get
have
more
to finish
lines of
first.
energy than you.
That joke bad.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't catch it.
It's okay, no? I just didn't. Yes.
Yes, quite.
Finishing first, indeed.
It was a very terrible joke. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, the way we said bad specifically meant like a negative connotation, not inappropriate or anything, right?
Yes, quite. Mm-hmm.
Shut the hell up.
You both are doing it.
Those,
Why we're not allowed to talk in the same room?
what if you look at those, sea dragons or the seahorses or those, beta fish floofs, for those...
We beta boys.
Apparently, no, I'm omega. I don't... Wait, what? What is that Greek?
Are you trying to be alpha, Doc?
No, I'm
You can't try to be alpha. You're only born alpha. That's such a beta thing to say.
I'm a beta, what can I say?
I'm a fish.
I'm such a
I really
beta
like
cuck.
fish. I like fish. Chat just thinks
I'm a beta out here just trying to complete my quests, you know what I'm saying, Doc?
behave, boy.
Oh, Akame wants me to ground you guys. I'm confused. What do you mean by ground them?
Excuse you,
I
Akame,
don't know
I'm
if
the
I
daddy
agree with
here.
this. Yes, this is my papa.
My papa can't ground me.
As
I'm
your
in my
papa,
airplane.
I tell you to go sit in the corner.
See,
Put on your clown
how
hat.
to punish me.
I'm too nice, I can't punish.
My papa owns Twitch, so.
Yeah, you'll get banned, I say.
Yeah, try me again, Akame.
Oh my god.
Where did this voice come from and why can't I turn it off? I've been doing it for a week.
My voice changer is stuck. No.
Oh damn guys, can someone help me?
Have you
I'm
tried
trying to
unplugging
talk in a
and
normal
plug back
voice,
in?
but it won't let me anymore.
This is starting to come together really nicely. Let me hide all the other ones so you guys can kind of missed a few details.
Okay, so like what if, you know how when people sleep, it's mostly during the night, right? And sometimes people sleep during the day, but like what if in this world, him going across the sky is basically like the sun, and when he goes across the sky, it turns into dark. Like it's him signaling it's nighttime, and the only time that people can actually dream is when he finally does his cycle around the Earth. I don't know.
We could do something like that.
Man, I need to be on your level.
I'm not high.
Whatever you say, pal, I ain't judging.
Oh shit. What is this? Sit in the corner and think about what you've done. Oh.
He's
Yeah, I don't know if
punishing
that's
you
a
guys.
that's not really a threat to him, Akame. He might enjoy that a
Oh.
little bit too well.
Oh.
Indeed, yes.
His safe word is keep going.
Well, actually, no, here, go ahead and take the certified shield. I got apples.
Oh yeah? Fuzzy handcuffs, eh?
I really do.
Oh my goodness.
Take that, sir.
Yes.
You know, when you have to just put somebody in their place, so you kind of have to handcuff them to the oh shit handle, you know what I'm saying? Oh, buddy. Here we go.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Here we go.
I have that. Oh, the candle wax. Well, you know what? I'll let you two have your private moment in chat.
Feel like Raider Man's pants.
Don't mind us. We don't exist, right? Put on some Barry White.
Yeah, I'll go get that.
I had a commie legs getting tied up.
Y'all are silly, but I'm gonna mute now.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
I'll be quiet. I can stop.
No, it's fine. I was hoping this would be a relaxing stream, but it's been quite the opposite.
I can keep this strictly to the chat, don't worry, I won't have to
Oh,
say
yes,
anything else
yes,
in
yes. I'll let you guys do your thing.
here.
Oh, I'll go back. I'll go focus mode now.
Pistol. How do you play
He's like he's throwing up rainbows.
Wait, well?
Like the little moon thing.
I'm gonna hide the background though for now and keep working on his body a bit.
this color scheme.
I'm gonna use the same thing as that sea slug, so nothing totally original because it's just blues and grays like a typical well, but I might try a few other things too.
So,
You can make it like sparkly.
what's the thing?
Maybe. We'll try a few different things.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm really sold on the fins at the top of his body. I think I might make them shorter, but
These guys, it's okay.
not really sure yet.
What if like it's well, you can have different types of fins on this back, so it doesn't have to be like too tall or something like that. Maybe just like an aurora type thing, you know, like a strip of one
I was gonna make it like clouds, possibly.
Yeah, you can do that as well. Like some sort of thing that comes off it that turns into clouds.
He's starting to look really awesome though. I knew this would be easy because you know how I am about organic stuff, like inorganic or
Fish.
organic lines and whatnot.
That's not his best friend.
Aw, maybe they are.
You rushed up, you rushed up.
That would be kind of nice actually.
He's also BFFs with the bird
Hey,
one.
double bumper.
Maybe so.
Well, yes, it's
Hey, what bumper,
like maybe the
guys?
great beasts. They're not technically like carnal creatures, but all the mythical beasts like worship them.
I love this music so much. Now we could do something strange.
His brain-like textured skin.
Oh, I was gonna say, instead of making it a well, now we could try to make it something else entirely. Make it like a giant sea-walking creature.
Oh.
Like a magical Leopleurodon!
Yes, that's what the Leopardon sounds like. Yes, the food ASMR has now commenced. Feel the crunch in your ear.
These are good. They're shrimp chips.
You're eating the whale's food, man.
I mean, technically it's processed.
Good point. Good point.
Way more
My bad.
approaches when you get a shrimp processed.
Man. Oh. Oh. I'm out. Up. Fucked up.
What if he's not necessarily like
Because I got chips in my beard, man. That's why I'm angry.
what if he just put a bird nest in there?
What were you saying to me?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
So, how'd that ant taste?
I said salty. It was salty. It was gross.
She's still angry.
Okay.
What
What else could it be?
in here?
If it's not a whale.
Oh, I was gonna try. I don't know, honestly. I think I just want to keep it like simple. I think a whale.
Narwhal.
Dream well, which isn't. This really isn't anything new, but it's relaxing for me, and I don't know. I like it.
They get long as, like, you know, the old Asian guy eyebrows. You know, like a master. Yes. Damn. I need to stop.
Help. Help.
Like and subscribe.
I'm gonna take a picture of it and post it on my Instagram so I can continue broadcasting.
Me. I need somebody help.
He's singing that song again.
Yeah, they're right below me.
I'm mute for a bit.
Okay. No, also make some noise. Oh, yeah, I didn't get posted. I was gonna do it. I don't know, thing in Instagram as well. Post your channel.
I got a question for you guys, alright?
Yes.
What happens when you eat a block of cheese but drink a thing of apple juice at the same time?
With how? What is a thing of apple juice?
A jug of apple juice.
A jug. Okay.
Yeah, 46 fluid ounces is what it's.
Is that what you just did?
I'm being about to.
That's not a good idea.
It sounds like a good idea, you said?
No. That is not what I said. It is not a good idea.
That's what I heard. Let's begin.
You're gonna be erupting from both ends, sir.
I didn't hear what you just said. Sorry, man.
Oh, well.
Man, I chose the wrong knife for this, but whatever.
In peace.
There we go. I got it. Alright. What? Wow, we're not even loved anymore, you hear that? Not even loved, never loved. Alright. That's okay. I'm just gonna go eat my cheese and drink my apple juice in peace then. Yeah. See. No, you're doing this to me. You're doing this to me. You did this. I hope you're happy. No, I didn't. Didn't do anything. Alright, later.
So now that we've picked out a general design that we like, I'm going to get into the color parts of it and just overall details and stuff. So I'm going to bring this out. I'm going to widen it and make it a lot bigger. So right now, basically, I've just picked out the base color. I'm going to be trying to do this blue sea slug right down here. I'm going to take the colors of it, so if you look up close, you can see that it's like, it's not completely silver and blue. It's got this like rainbowish hue to the shimmery parts, and it's not completely silver. Like I said, it's got shimmers in it, so it's like shimmery all on the silver parts, and then it has like these really vivid blue lines, black and blue, going through it. I'm gonna try to copy those colors over on the whale. That way we have, it'll still be kind of whale colors, which is like silver and blue, but it'll also have that like interesting color design to it. I'm gonna keep the design of this slug, as in, what I mean by that is like there's this blue streak going down the back and onto the face, and then there's also little blue streaks on the fins. I'm gonna try to do that with my whale that I have over here, so I'm gonna start doing that. So you'll notice I kind of sort of try to keep the design of the slug. I only put like the streak on the back and in between fins, not completely all over the place. Now I don't want this to be, I think for the whale, I don't want it to be that perfect smooth texture like the way the slugs is. I might try it, so I'm going to probably do a few different designs, but I think what I'm going to end up wanting is, instead of a smooth glossy texture like this for the blue, I'm probably going to make it more splotchy, kind of like the whale over here. But I don't know for sure. I'm going to, like I said, try a few different things just to see. I might also change the blue on this whale so that it's not just going through the fins. Maybe it's all completely on the fins instead of just on edges. I'm not really sure. We'll play around with it. That's the point of concept art. Just go through and make little subtle changes until you find something that you like. The next thing that I'm going to do before I get started on that though is I'm going to add more color into the body because I don't want it to be so flat. So I'm going to first make it look shimmery. So I'm going to come over here and find a texture brush on the side of my screen. I don't know if you can even see it. But basically I'm just trying to find something that's very like noisy. Let's see if this is noisy. So that's kind of noisy, but that's not really quite what I'm looking for. Let me see. It might take me a while because I don't really play around with a lot of different textures on my brush. This might work. Maybe. Okay, so maybe fuzz static, but let's try a different brush.
All the way from fucking,
sorry if you can hear people in the background. They're loud.
all the way over there. That's crazy.
Okay, this will work, the speckle brush. So basically, the way shimmer textures work is they have like a lot of little dots and speckles of different, it's almost kind of like if you imagine sand, it's very grainy. Like if you were to like take a microscope and look up close at like the shimmer texture, it would be very grainy and there would be a lot of like different fragments and stuff. So I'm just going to pick that color that matches. So we're going to do like this gray shimmery texture. And we're just going to throw that all throughout the body. That way it kind of is starting to look like it has some sort of something going on there. And I'm only going to color the body. I'm not going to do the fins. Or I wouldn't really call those fins. I'm not going to do the... what would you call those? They're not really fins. They're more like hang-offs or like floofs. I call them floofs. I'm only going to do the body part, like the main part. And then I'm going to add some color in here after I get this like a little bit more textured up. So now that it's kind of textury, I'm going to add colors. If you zoom in, this is probably a very terrible picture, but it's natural for beginner artists to want to just automatically assume that that's blue and silver, like in the main body, right? So it kind of looks like white, blue, and silver, which is kind of true. But like I said earlier, when you zoom in, there's actually a lot of color. This is more like a, I would almost say like opal. So you can see like green reflecting in here. I bet we could even find yellows in here. And part of the way that you can tell too, if you don't believe me, is you can take a color picker. So I'm going to take my color picker and we're just going to pick a random spot. And you can look, you see it's kind of gray, but it's more in the green section than the rest of this. And we can also like zoom in here. You can tell that's almost to the yellow up here. Like, so it's got a lot of like color because it's a shimmer effect. Shimmer reflects a lot of light and a lot of spectrum. So let's actually, I'm gonna get a better sea slug picture so you can kind of see what I'm talking about even further. But basically we're just gonna be copying this. This sea slug is more blue than it is silver, but you kind of get the same point. Even with the change in the blue and it becoming more dark, there's still like, you can still find other colors in this. Like it's not completely blue. There's some bright blues in here, all the way over here. There's some purple even in here. It's almost purple, like it's getting there. So there's a lot of color in here. It's not used everywhere, but you can tell where it's like reflecting and stuff. Basically, I'm just gonna follow the same thing. So we're gonna come over here and make it a nice shimmery, colorful effect. And this also depends on where the light is coming from. So just for easy sake, since this is just concept art, I'm not gonna make a lighting that's like crazy or like half lighting or anything like that. I'm just gonna have the light coming down onto its back. Or actually, sorry, I'm gonna have the light come from this direction. So it's gonna be landing and it's probably gonna be like colorful in this area and then a little bit less colorful like in this area and stuff. It really just depends. But yeah, that's where the lighting's coming from, so we're just gonna adjust everything. I'm not gonna add a shit ton of detail. This may or may not be a realistic picture. This is supposed to just be concept art, but I want to get the general gist of what it's gonna look like down. So it just depends if I think it's necessary to go even further with it. But yeah, here we go. We'll get started on the colors. So if you zoom in, you'll see there's like really bright blues in here. We're gonna do something like that. We'll add it around the edges.
Where am I? Who am I?
We're gonna add a little bit of purple in there too. We'll pick a really bright purple. And then more silvers. And then as it gets closer to the like dark blue in the corners, we're gonna do not the same blue, but like something a little bit darker. So like right here, it'd be a little bit more like that. Actually, I'd probably even make it a little bit lighter. I'm just only gonna do this on the main body, not this under part because this is a different texture. So like the under part of a whale is more like saggy and like more like almost like skin, whereas this is more like blubbery and thick. I mean, they're both thick obviously, but like this is just a different texture. So I'm not going to take the shimmer texture down there. I'm only going to keep it on the main part of the body. We're going to even add some yellow in there. So basically what I'm doing is the light is going to be probably like a yellow color, but then as you get under the water and stuff, I'm imagining two colors, and this is kind of important. So the lighting coming from the sky is going to be like a very, very light yellow. And then underneath it, as it gets into water, if it is a water creature, I don't know. It might be a sky creature, but as it gets into the water, it's going to be more of like a blue color. So anything that's like coming under here is going to be blues, purples, and greens, and anything that's touching up here is going to go more into the yellows. So basically what that means is I'm going to take that yellow highlight that we have there, and we're going to put that down here on the body and add little light freckle spots, whatever you call it, little light shimmers, I guess. I don't know how to say that better, but we're just gonna add it really softly. I'm gonna actually take the density down on this, and I would actually even add more. So we'll put that like right here where the light is hitting his back, and also up here. I like the shimmer effect that you did. You did a good job on it. This white isn't quite right, so I'm actually gonna try to dull it a little bit. It's not quite the shimmer that I'm wanting, but I'm gonna try to dull it a little bit and do like maybe a darker. Yeah, that's a little bit better. So it's not perfect or anything, but this is much more what I was wanting. And he's gonna have pops of bright color, but he's not by any means a bright creature. Most of these are gonna be a bit darker color. I want to put that shimmery color on here as well. This is his main fin, so if you'll notice, his main fin comes down to like roughly right here, but then it has these like soft parts that come out right here and here and here. So I'm only going to bring this shimmery color down to where his fin ends, realistically. So this will all be that thick, blubbery texture. And then just like the rest of the body around the edges, there's gonna be that like blue textury, shimmery texture at the edges. And then the parts where the light hits, it's gonna have like yellow. So like the light is hitting the back of the fin right here as it's reaching into the body. So this is gonna be lit up with more of a yellow than it is a blue. And same with this spot right here. So this is going to be raised up a little bit. He's going to have little, you know, like barnacles or like raised up parts of the body. It's not going to be perfect. So wherever the light hits, there's going to be like these harsh little spots. And then the rest of it can be those, like I said, blues that are away from the light in the corners and wedges of the skin. Wedges, crevices. Oh my lord. I guess it would be a wedge. A wedge is like between two objects.
What's a blue bump?
Don't know if that's right. I'm like rethinking it out. Anyways, you get the point. And then for the underneath of the body, it's not going to be yellow like this right here. It's going to be more of like a gray, like a dark gray. So here we go. We have like, and I actually want it to be, like we said, it's going to be going down into like the blues and stuff. So I'm actually going to do like blues and greens, not the colors up above. So I'm going to kind of take some green and put it through, but it's not going to be really harsh colors. These are going to be really dulled out. As you can see, they're more towards the gray side than they are the vivid side over here. So we're just going to kind of make it like that. As it comes up into the light, I'm actually going to change the color into more of a purple, like a soft, dull purple. And then in between both of those, we'll put blue right here. So we're just going to kind of take that out a little bit everywhere. And as you can see, it kind of adds like a nice transition. And we're gonna take these like dark colors, and basically this is like saggy skin, so we're gonna think of it as like these little, basically it's just like this. This is all I did, literally. And some of them kind of had different shapes to them, but this is all it was just these little shapes or whatever. So I'm gonna take a dark color and kind of go in between those and make them more, what's the word, defined, not so blurry, and add more color in there.
Yeah, for real, it's like a giant fucking lava creature in the
And it doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah, monsters. I know, that's what I said. Like, check out season 5 shit. Like, you'll see. I mean, that'd be dope.
You guys can't really tell, but basically I created the line work for this and then I sized it up. So the line work's kind of a bit blurry right now, as you can see. I'm erasing around edges and now it's like becoming more fine. So I'm gonna just clean that up a little bit, that way it's easier to work with and you can see clearer like what I'm trying to do. That's a sea slug. They're pretty awesome. They eat poisonous creatures and they store their poison in their bodies, so they end up becoming more toxic than the creatures that they eat. They're pretty cool. They're really colorful. The more you know. So I'm gonna change the background of this, that way it's easier to see. And I'm gonna BRB real quick. Okay, I'm back. One thing that I want to do is go through on the bottom part and extend his chin or whatever you want to call it. So right now it's kind of concave, but I want to actually bring it out a lot more. So I'm just going to kind of take these like lower parts and add basically like what I said earlier, these like shapes, except they're more wispy than they are like C-shaped. So just a bunch of like shapes like this, kind of waving off of each other, and that's how you make like wrinkly skin. So we're just gonna take it, we're gonna go all through here, and then as it comes up to here it softens and there's less and less. Then the wisps should usually be going up or like down a little bit, that way it kind of feels like it's like creasing but then getting to a more stiff part of the skin right here. So we'll have that coming up to here, and then we're gonna have just a little bit more. I'm gonna add one big one right here. Right there. And then I'm gonna go through, you guys can't see it, but I have a line layer over it, but this line layer is, like I said, fuzzy, so I'm just gonna erase in like some spots. Try to add color down at the bottom. again, this is going to have the, because we said we had yellow light up at the top and then down at the bottom. As it gets further into the ocean, it's going to be more blue and green. So for the like shading, basically I'm just going to keep doing the same thing. And I'll show you what I mean. So we'll go in anywhere where the light is hitting. So the light's coming from this direction, right? And it's hitting most of like the back of the body, right? So this will all be lit up with that light color. So that, like I said, the light is yellow. So we're going to take a yellow and we're going to go through and keep adding it to anywhere where the light hits. So like the back of this part of the fin. So like the fin right here, it like ends right here, but as it's coming into the body right here, the skin around it is being kind of swollen up around it. So this is kind of swollen, so we're gonna add a highlight here where the light's gonna hit, right? And then we're gonna add a highlight here where the light's gonna hit the eye. We're gonna add a little bit of a highlight here and mostly a highlight up here. So imagine the shape of this creature. It's not, this isn't flat at all. So if it's getting widest here and flattening here, like this is becoming flat right here, and then it's a bump, right? So if this is like the tallest point of that bulge, then this needs to have a highlight right around here. And then as it comes up, these are gonna all get lit up. And then the base parts of them are going to become really dark because the light is coming from this direction. So these sides of the bulge are going to be darker. And same with its face. This side of the face is going to be darker and less shimmery. So we're going to make all of this kind of dark over here. But then as it comes into the light, it's going to get lit up. You know, probably, and it doesn't have to always be yellow light, but it needs to be correct with the rest of the painting. So if that is this dark right here, then I need to go through and add some shading underneath the body because the underneath is definitely going to be a lot darker. And we're going to continue to make the green and blues of the underneath reflect off of its body, so we're just gonna add a lot of darker colors down here. Now this mouth is supposed to be underneath the top of its head. However, the light is going to hit this edge of the mouth. So that'll get lit up a little bit. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. And then we're gonna go through and basically we're just going to keep copying the design of the sea slug right here. So in the sea slug we have all the shimmer on the body, but then around the edges that shimmer is reflecting all the light around it. So it's going to be blues and teals. So we're going to go over here, we're going to take all these blues and teals on the edge right here, and we're going to add them everywhere else. So this is all going to be blue and teal right here. My top layer because I have a lined layer, but again, like I said, I zoomed it out, so it's like kind of faded right now, and that's no bueno. So I'm just gonna erase around some lines to make them look a little bit neater.
All the way from fucking tilted. That's crazy. For real.
So slowly he's starting to come together, but we're gonna keep on keeping on with the rest of the body. Now the reason I don't have this part lit up right here is because there's actually, it's the same thing as over here. So this is becoming flat, and then on top of that flat part is this diamond part, right? So it's kind of the same concept. It's like flat underneath here, but then we have like this diamond hunchback at the back. But it's so close to the fin right here that a lot of it is going to get cut off in the shadows. So this won't be bright at all. So that's why I only put like a sliver of highlight right here. In fact, we're gonna go in and kind of make that more of like a blue color or like a green color. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just needs to be something to kind of make it have some color. I think I'll put a little bit of green. Because if this well is blue and we have all these yellow lights casting on it, then there will be some green mixing. So I'll just add a little bit of green in the shadows. Not a whole lot, just a little bit everywhere.
I have a feeling we heard that maybe.
And I'm gonna keep on erasing some lines. As you can see, they're really fuzzy in a lot of spots. I'm just gonna go through and fix those. This is the main fin right here. And you can't really tell because it's all kind of fuzzy right now, but it comes out to this like point kind of sort of. A second to erase all these lines because they're fuzzy. Sorry if you can hear people in the background. Fix up these lines, I'm sorry. Before I continue, it's gotta be kind of fixed a little bit. So we're just going to keep doing what we've been doing. Basically, we're going to add shadows and highlights. So the light's going to be hitting all through the back of the body, and then these fins are probably going to get a little bit of light on the top, but anything underneath is going to be encased in shadows. The fins right here will probably get some light right here, but then as they trail off into the water, they're going to be not lit up. They're going to be like faded, kind of like the underside of its body, but more faded. We're also going to add some color to the fins up at the top and right here. So I'm going to get started on that. Try to copy the sea slug design. So if you notice, like, we're gonna look at its fins for a second, but if you look at its fins, you'll notice that it's only like, it's like very white in the middle, kind of, sort of. So this is like where it's like lightest, but then as you get to the edges, the tip and the start of it, it becomes dark. This isn't because of the lighting, that's because of the pattern. That's something to keep in mind. So with the whale, I'm basically going to do the same thing. I'm going to only have it like dark here in the bottom start area, and then at the tip of the fins I'm going to make it dark. I don't know if I'm actually going to like this design, but I'm willing to work with it and try. It's going to take me a second, but you'll see. I want the ends of the tail to possibly look like a butterfly. I honestly should probably do this on a different layer, but it's kind of already here, so we're just gonna deal with it, even if I don't end up liking it. I think I'm gonna shorten this back end a little bit. I kind of just play around with the shape of the tail. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just trying out different little things to kind of make it feel a little less strange or thick. I think it felt a little bit too thick before, so now I'm just kind of thinning out the fin and adding maybe a smaller little fin before that. So I'll put one right here, but you can't really tell because we're gonna have this like all this other color in the way. Finally alone, so I can just have my mic on. Yay! If you guys can hear the fan in the background, I'm sorry, you're just gonna kind of have to deal with it because, like, man, it gets hot in here in the summer with my computer and I have poor ventilation and it's a tall room, so it's like it gets super hot in here and I needed that fan to kind of help circulate the air a little bit better. One more right here. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay, good. You guys don't hear the fan. Good! I'm gonna add smaller fins just leading up to it. So you can already kind of see these ones are leading up. Now I'm just gonna add one more in between. I think that'll be good enough. I'll worry about the details in a second. I just want to go through and add some color to the rest of the body, because it is severely lacking right now. We're gonna try to copy this. So basically, you guys can't really tell right now, but the way that this body is working right now is he has this big main tail right here, right? That's going down into this like flipper. So this fin right here is all this area, right here. And that's on the right side of the tail facing us, right? But then we have this other, like it's matching. It's the same thing as the front one, but it's on this side. So you'll kind of see the details slowly come together, but basically that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to add some shading in here because this is all gonna get like covered up by the fins blocking the light, right? And then at the top of the fins, those are going to be like the most light, and it just depends on what color I want to do the fins, but I'm going to do like a yellowy white color for now, and I can change it later if I want. But we're going to just come up here and clean that up. And then we're gonna also add some streaks in here. So it's the same thing that we did with the bottom of the, we're getting rid of this line right here because that tail is now behind this fin or whatever you want to call it. I don't want to call it a fin because it's not really a fin. But anyways, yeah, so we're gonna do the same thing that we did with the bottom of the tail's, the whale's stomach. So we have like this like wrinkly skin. And basically I want to do the same thing. It's like skin or fabric. So we do these like scales, but instead we're doing kind of elongated. So we're going to do a lot of this overlapping. And we're just going to go through and elongate those. A whale tail, yes, just like that. I'm gonna dull this one up in the background, and I'm actually gonna cut it and fade it a little bit too, but not just yet. I'll come back to it. should have seen that coming, but like, just didn't see it coming. Now, I'm kind of unhappy with the lighting back here, so I'm gonna kind of... not really sure. Depends on what I want to do, basically. I'm gonna try to copy these ones right here, but I'm gonna do it white, not that yellowy color. And the reason for this is because we talked about it wisping off into clouds. So I'm gonna try to kind of make this look a little bit cloudy, but while still trying to maintain that butterfly texture. So some of these parts are gonna come to a point, and some of them are not gonna point at all. Hey, Brer, what's up? You made something? What did you make? I think I'm gonna make this back fin a bit shorter. Okay, maybe not shorter, but maybe a different shape. I think probably that would help out a bit. I wanna go back. Wait a second. Where was I? Oh. It's like right here. I love this song. I'm sorry, you guys. I love this whole playlist. Be right back. I'm gonna put my phone on my charger. Gonna keep on keeping on. I don't know. I think for now I'll just leave it how it is, but let me add like one poof right here or something. It's gonna cut off the other one, but I think I'm okay with that kind of sort of, if it gives it the appearance of like clouds going off into butterfly wings. It just really depends. I'm not really sure if I want this tail this long, but for Dreamwell, we can experiment. Okay, so this is kind of a really good start. Oh, it's already getting to midnight. I'll probably draw for like 30 more minutes and then I'm gonna stop streaming, and on Thursday I'll continue where I left off and we're gonna do different designs and stuff, but I'm gonna try to just get the general color of him down, and then yeah, and then was it Wednesday or Thursday? I changed my hours, you guys, just so you know, in case y'all forget, but I'm starting to stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. I'm trying to see if I like having a day between streams. That way I don't feel like totally overwhelmed to like stream all in one go. So we'll see how that goes, I guess. But yeah. I'll try to work on this guy the next time I stream so we can try and see what different designs suit him best. Any thoughts so far on how he's turned out? I'm starting to really like him. I think this will be a cute painting. It's probably not something you guys see very often from me to do, like creature designs. I'm usually stuck on character design, but it feels so nice to just finally start to be able to get these guys out of the way. This is going to be a character in my comic. It may or may not look like this. He may not even be a whale, honestly, but I just wanted to do something relaxing that was both an animal study and a creature that I thought would look really cool. going to wrap this up and say goodnight. Thanks you guys for hanging out. Maybe I will see you later this week. Yeah. Bye.